Hello guys, girls, and everyone else that is watching this video right now. So this video will be a basic video on how to edit your images and make them a bit better looking, pleasing, and so on and so forth. So first thing you would sort of want to do is get a picture. Most of them will be more of a sort of dramatic sunset or something, but it doesn't matter at all. Um, so one thing that I use a lot is brightness and contrast. So you take brightness and contrast and for this example I'll just take my picture, but you can just play around with these and adapt them to your pictures. First thing that I would do is just up the contrast, because for me what I want to do in these pictures is basically take the sort of the foreground and make it all black. So that looks pretty good. Push OK. And then I will go back and go into hue and saturation. Hue and saturation. Hue it changes the overall colors, so you can play around with that if you want to. I shall play around with that too. That looks pretty good. And saturation, that's basically how much color do you want in it. See how it gets more black and white? Very bottom or very far, it's completely black. Very other side, it's extremely saturated. So what I want is a sort of pretty saturated look, but not extremely so. I'd say that looks good. Okay, now the next thing, oops, keep pushing image, is color balance. Color balance basically just you regulate how much light or how much of a certain color you want in your picture. So for instance, I want more yellow, I'll turn it more towards yellow, but sadly I don't want that. And don't be afraid to experiment and do like a whole bunch and go extreme. So like that. See? Don't like it? Nope. Go this other way. Don't like it? Okay. Go back. So do these. Don't like it? Do that. Don't like it? Go back to the middle. Okay. And then you can change it to, for instance, highlights. And so this will change only the highlights. Sadly, I don't really have highlights. And shadows, it'll do the same thing, but only for shadows. Obviously, it sort of chooses what shadows are on its own, so yeah, but you can sort of imagine that there'll be more of the darker areas. So yeah, that didn't do much. I'm happy with this image right now, and you can see the difference that it makes. So let's go back to the basic image and do a couple of auto ones. So the first auto one is white balance. White balance basically makes everything a bit lighter, changes the colors up. Don't rely on it doing the same thing every time though, it'll change according to what the picture is, what the colors are, and so on and so forth. The other one is color balance. Color balance takes a bit longer to load in, but color balance just saturates the colors a bit, makes them a bit more strong. Also, don't rely on it doing the same thing every time. That's what happens with the auto ones, and you can combine them obviously, and it'll make something different. And yeah, and obviously there are more that you can experiment with. There are a heck of a lot. Experiment with them all. I basically only use these that I've shown you, plus this one, which is a pretty cool one. It's curves. This represents the image right here. And then what you do is you take this, you click anywhere on the line, and you just move it. See, and you click and drag. See how that changes the image? And you can make the picture basically black. Oops. Like that, or and this is going to like the extreme extremes. But like here, if you move it upwards, it generally just makes it more light, makes it feel more like a daylight sort of feeling, and then moving it downwards obviously makes it more of a night scenario. That's basically what we had that first time when we manipulated it, and yeah, so obviously experiment with these two. You can make some wacky cool pictures. And oops, crap, what did I just do? Yeah, I'm not sure what I just did. So, yeah, that like extremely changes it up. Anyway, that'll be it for this tutorial. Hopefully see you next time. Depends on whether the zombies eat us or not, but that's for another episode. Hope you enjoy, experiment. Have a nice day.